Hi guys, so I've got this image of with a focal point on this this little girl right here. It's my daughter, and I wanted to alter it a little bit, and I wanted to show you a quick technique. So if I go to Selective Edits again in Lightroom Mobile, and again you have to be logged into the cloud, and I hit the plus key over on the side here. So the first option is brush, the second option is radial gradient, and the third option is linear gradient. I'm going to grab the radial gradient, and when I click, right, I can make a circle or an oval, and I can modify it by grabbing these two little things. But there's a little bit more to this. There's something called feathering, and what feathering basically does is it allows you to determine how much the gradient spreads out. So let me explain. If I come over here, this is the feathering option right here on the side. So if I press it, you can see at the top the words feather came up, and it's at 49% right now. So I'm going to make it so it's no feathering, so you'll see immediately what I'm talking about. And if I make an edit, just to show you, see how there's no transition, none whatsoever. Let me go back and get rid of that exposure. So if I do the opposite, where I feather going back up, the more you feather, the more there'll be a transition. So now when I do this, you can see that while it's definitely altering the area that I have selected, the feathering kind of makes it smooth in and spread out. So the first thing you have to determine is where do you want the gradient to be? And then the second thing you really should think about is where you want to feather it. So again, if I do that, I can get that. Now, another thing I can do, because I want to have this be my focus, is I want to increase my exposure. So let me show you a cool trick here. So currently I have this area selected. If I hit this little button here that looks almost like a little yin yang symbol, what happens is it inverts the selection. So watch what happens now. If I alter it, see how it's changing just the background. So in the process of doing that, you can see that I have created a alteration that makes her even more of the focus. So when I hit done, she's still the same exposure. And I think what I'm going to do now is come in, and before I finish this up, I think I'm going to give this a little bit more oomph because it's a nice reflective image. So I just think those things make it look a little bit more like of a punchy thing. And just so you can see the difference, if I click on, there's my original, and I guess I had cropped it obviously. And here's with my edits, and you can see the differences already. And I'm going to hit create version. I'll call this final, create, apply. And I think I'm going to do one more thing. It seems just a little bit too dark to me. So I'm going to go ahead and come in with my global edit and just lighten the whole thing up like that. And when I'm done, again, I'll just create this version. I'll call this final 2. Create, apply. And now I can go ahead and export this, and I'm good to go.